All right, the snake has 3 energies this year. Again, does it show up in your year, your month, day, or hour of birth? That's going to make a difference on how you read your snake. And if you do have a snake, let me know in the chat. And let's see what beautiful energies will unfold for the snake. All right, so the snake is what we have for the snake are advocates. So these are people who already know you. They already know who you are, and they are willing to help you. They are so willing to just go, yep, I love what you're doing. Let me see if I can share your product, program, or service to my $100,000 network or 100,000 person network. That's what they will do for you. And they could also connect you with interested buyers or companies. So this is something that can help you extremely well. So you also have expansion. Now, there are also 4 animals that are considered travel animals, but one animal a year has a real major calling to travel. And then there's a minor one as well, even though I feel it's pretty strong as well. But this is where travel is going to help you tremendously. It will be the snakes, the monkeys, the pigs, and the tigers. Those 4 are what are considered travel animals. Like water, it needs to move house. I have 2 travel animals in my chart, plus a heavy 2 yang waters in my chart. So this little girl needs to move a lot. And if she doesn't, she will get sick. She will have her business collapse. She will have her relationships. So it really is, what does your chart, if there's anything I love to do for people, is have them understand their natal chart so they know how to live their life the fullest. Okay, movement and expansion is what the snake needs to be doing this year. And so opportunities, especially international ones, are going to help the snakes this year. So I would highly recommend, let's look at that year of birth for everyone, no matter where that snake is located. If you have a snake in your chart, what does your website look like? What are your offerings, your lead magnets, your your visibility plan, your social, like if you're going to be out there, people are going to say, hey, show me your stuff. Well, have it worth showing. The last thing I want you to do is say, oh, well, my website's a mess right now, or like don't be that person. Do something to improve it. Maybe you need a new headshot. Maybe you need a new, like something on your homepage. Just spruce it up a little to give it a little bit different look, and new energies here. New. That's what I want you to think about. Anyway, there's going to be a lot of value that you're going to be able to give while you're traveling. And so it is a year to take action, to move around. If you cannot travel, you physically cannot travel, let's face it, even if you try, maybe the FAA will take you down. And the last couple of weeks in travel in the US has been just a pure debacle with outdated software. So that could disrupt some travel plans, or maybe you can't for other reasons. Then you need to be moving your body again. Try to get out of your office, especially if it's a home office and you're just sitting behind a computer all the time. Help yourself by getting movement happening. This could also be a year where you find yourself with business opportunities across borders. Therefore, you may even make a move, a physical, I'm going to open up an office in a different part of the world, or I'm going to move my entire operations and myself to a different place. This actually can bring business opportunities to you. So it's a pretty important one not to ignore if you have a snake in your chart. All right, then you also have heavenly blessings, so filled with opportunities, wealth, fame, good reputation, and harmonious relationships. So wonderful there. All right, then we also have to address some of these these unfavorable ones. So for example, you have immunocompromised. So if you already have a weak immune system and you're going to be traveling around a lot of people, do what you can to protect yourself of viruses and things like that. I mean, I never relished getting on a plane for 18 hours when I was flying to Asia a few years back. I always got sick. But this was before, the whole face mask vaccine and all of that kind of stuff. But whether you do that or not, what can you do to protect yourself in those kinds of environments if that is where, but you can get it anywhere, right? So do what you need to do for your own health situation. Now, there might also be separation. There might be some work-related disputes, documentation that's out of whack that could lead to a legal issue. So you want to clean that up, have an accurate paper trail. You don't want to cut corners when it comes to signing certain things. So there you go. There might be a breakdown in miscommunication. So if there might be some negative repercussions to your reputation. One of the best things you can do is come clean quick. So this is something that could also create a breakdown in a relationship or partnerships. So you might want to check in now to see the health of systems, as well as, now there could also be a breakdown in technology. You could have your computer blow up, as in it just stops working, backup. So make your breakdowns more guided, if you will. That will help you much more. You might be easily distracted, which happens easier with travel animals because they're always on the move and maybe not keeping their eye. So on important things. So especially when you're traveling, watch your belongings, and then back up all your computer documents and things like that. The other is being reckless. So risk taking, doing like, kind of over the top extreme sports, probably not a good idea, because those daredevil activities probably can cause some harm, and they could have been avoided because you were going for the selfie instead of paying attention. And so this, you hear it every year, people falling off cliffs and things like that because they wanted to get that perfect picture instead of being cautious. So a lot of this could be, prevented. So watch your own reckless behavior. There is hostility. This is again, one of those aggressive stars that we can turn into something a little bit more benevolent. And what I mean by that, the fighting and the verbal that the hostility can bring. Instead of doing that, try to check yourself and redirect that more for a negotiation type of energy, clearly stating what you want and what you need without being aggressive about it. There's always 10 different ways in which you can explain your positioning, right? So when you do it that way, you're going to be activating more of the positive sides and not the negative. So that's how we transform a negative and put it into the positive column. All right. And then you have solitude. I don't really see this as a negative, but I know how sometimes people are afraid to be in the quiet, be in a place where they can actually reflect. And I'm talking no music, like you are with your own energy and you're with it for a long time. So this could be a year in your travels. Why don't you tack on a few days, a week, or however long you can take and do a Vipassana retreat, or some sort of, which is a silent retreat for those of you who don't know what that is. But, do something that is inter-reflective. This is a fire animal. The snake is about charisma. And so what is that inner fire that you can activate that is going to help you become a better person? This would be a great year to implement that. All right, let's move on to the combination animal. The
Kathleen?
combination is the monkey, and good news for the monkeys this year as well. But this is the companion animal. It also has other attributes. I'm going to keep it simple today. Is the combination is a monkey and a snake. So you may not have a snake in your chart, but you have a monkey. Know that that snake energy is there to help you along the way as well. Then we also have a clash, and that is to the pig. Now, this is yes, it's a clash. It's not a horrible one, but it is considered, if you will, a fire water clash, because the snake is fire and the pig is water. So, you know, it could put the light out, that charisma out. So that's something that is, you know, should be aware of. But again, if you do need to clash something out, you know, use it strategically to help yourself along the way. All right, let's have a look at the Time Blazer. The month of May is the Time Blazer month, and that happens every single year. This is the standard version. Again, we'll talk about the full version during the demo. But another thing I just want to point out, it happens on all of them, but I'll point out something on each one just a little bit different. Do notice, like on the 6th of this month, there's a blue bar that says the snake month begins. So the month never begins on the 1st of the month. It will begin anywhere from the 3rd all the way even up to the 10th of any given month. So really the snake month really goes over into the following month, as all of them do, because they never start in the 1st. So that's why you'll see a couple of days that would be relating to the previous month. So, all right, we'll go as far as that on this particular animal. Now let's go to the sector. The sector is in Southeast 3. Southeast 3 is a very important sector in 2023, but the snake is located in kind of, you know, if you will, we're looking at 2 animals in this one, but it is definitely about the Southeast area, Southeast 3.